On one trip from Delhi, Prabhupada was headed to, he usually traveled west. But from Delhi, we went to Bangkok, which is almost 10 hours. And then he was going to have another 10-hour flight. So we get to the airport, we're sitting in a transit lounge, and we were changing airlines, everything. We had to go through customs, immigration. After flying 10 hours, maybe Prabhupada, I'm not sure what his health was at that situation, but when we were sitting down in transit, he said to me, I need to take bath. He said, I have to refresh. He said, I feel I need to refresh. It was like a feeling, he said. He said, can you get my things? And the suitcases were right over there because they were getting transferred through customs. So I opened up his suitcase and get everything, which meant I had to get a gamsha, I had to get a towel, his lota. There's no showers. He wanted to bathe. Like we're walking into a shower, walking into a bathroom that's the size of a factory, you know, big 20 sinks, toilets, urinals, people in and out constantly. And so I get everything and we go in. So I'm waiting for him, of course. I don't know how we're going to do this. And he said, okay. He said, well, go by the sink. He said, you fill. So he tells me, Prabhupada tells you what to do. So we're in a very public men's room in the airport. And I'm literally like bathing. It's like an Abhishek ceremony going on. Prabhupada's squatting and I'm bathing him. Just, he's soaping. And people are walking in, passing urine, going to toilets, washing their hands, and there's an attendant there. Not doing anything, but he's there, he's visibly unhappy, let's say. His water's splashing all over the floor. And Prabhupada, just like we were in his room, I mean, he's literally, Prabhupada was on such a different level than everyone else. Sometimes you noticed it, like I always say traveling with him was the most fun because he was just so aloof from everyone. He always just did things the way he wanted. And if someone said things, his tendency was he didn't hear even. He didn't understand English, he didn't hear, whatever it was, he'd just go on his way. He didn't care. He didn't have anyone to impress or feel shame from. Nothing. He had no desires other than to serve. And this was part of it. He said, I have to refresh. So we go do everything. It was wonderful in a sense, here we are. And I got the bathe. It's the only time I did a Abhishek to him when I was with him as his servant. It was pretty special. And then I help him, dress, puts on his dhoti quick, and we head out. So of course, as we're heading out, this attendant's at the door, and I don't know what he's saying in his Thai language, he's just going off, And again, Prabhupada, obviously he heard him, but he's just walking out. So I'm walking behind Prabhupada. And when I was with Prabhupada, of course, I did not at all have that aloof mentality that he had. Sometimes I would become, I just wanted to hide, I hate to admit it, I was a rascal, I didn't see things the way he did. I was always concerned what others were thinking. So I'm following behind, and as we get out, I said, Prabhupada, this guy's really ticked off, and he said, yes, I know. He said, I had to bathe, and that was it. He knew what he had to do, and he did it. And that's the way Prabhupada was. If something needed to be done, he just did it. There was nothing to interfere with it. So even when we were in the most public place ever, for him it was just, did what he did.